What's up, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. If you're currently a person who's developing as a trader and you're continually learning and you're getting along well, but you're struggling to find results after applying what you've learned, then this will be the video for you. So I'm mostly going to talk about when to stop learning as a trader, and more so just when to try and learn when to stop holding the hand of your mentor or the thing that you're trying to learning, or going through endless cycles of YouTube videos, when to just stop doing that. How to have a realization in your mind that learning and not seeing results is just going to be an endless cycle, right? This is mostly going to tie into a couple of videos that I've done previously in the past to do with learning too much, passion and interest in trading, these sort of things. So those will be slightly older videos on my channel, so I'll leave a link to those down below, which I recommend watching afterwards. They're still quite useful. But in this video, I really want to highlight the importance of knowing when to stop learning and trying to make the leap towards doing it for yourself. So I'll give you a story about myself, right? So when I first started to take trading seriously, I was kind of bouncing between different things. I wasn't really strategy hopping per se, but I was more so learning one maybe indicator, one concept, support resistance, EMAs, and then I was trying to piece it together, but I never really found any sort of consistency or any sort of, it just wasn't able to piece together properly in my mind, because the way I saw it was, there's all these things out there, there's all these indicators out there, for example, and if the market is bullish, for example, then everything should, in theory, start flashing green, because a lot of these indicators use maths. They do different calculations and whatnot. And to me, I thought, okay, if this is what's going to happen, then surely if I use the right things and piece it together, then it should be clear cut when I should be taking a trade. But then I began realizing that trading is not as simple as I once thought. It takes a lot more thought, and it's not so much black and white of when you should be taking a trade. It takes a lot more thinking to really come to the deduction of when to buy, when to sell, when the market is going to move bullishly, when it's going to move bearishly. I think this is something that's not really quite highlighted enough in the trading space, about when to then make the move towards going towards practicing, forward testing, demo, live, things like that. It's very much stressed a lot that we should be, how to learn something, how to test it, how to solidify in our mind that what we're learning is going to work. It's going to make sense in the markets, so that we can see the markets in a new way. But unfortunately for a lot of people, they kind of get stuck in this phase of learn, apply, relearn, test it, learn some more, but that's where it gets dangerous. Learning some more, which is not the thing that should be done. And the reason why I say this is because it's very easy to get into the passion of trading, get into the interest and the drive, the motivation to want to keep learning. But if you keep learning without applying, then you're not going to get results, are you? You can have the most amazing business idea, but if you don't know how to apply it and bring it to the market, then you're not going to make money, are you? I spoke about in my previous video about really cutting down and simplifying your trading. Trading with less makes more is what the video was called. And in that video I spoke about how learning too much can actually be counterproductive and move against you. And not move against you, but work against you in terms of your trading journey. It's actually going to extend quite a bit, unnecessarily too, because of your eagerness to want to keep learning, right? But no one talks about when you should stop learning and when to go with what you have. It's very common in the trading space for people to want to be able to find something that's perfect, something that's so clear-cut and perfect that's going to be able to allow them to catch any move that happens in the markets. One thing I've had to realize is that you're simply just not going to be able to catch every move in the market, and I don't think there's any real point in wanting to try catch every single move in the market, because that's just when trading becomes an addiction, right? There are going to be times where you just simply cannot fathom a reason how you could have entered in that trade. And this is where I got myself caught up too, right? Because when I was journaling, I'd find that I try and, whenever I'd lose a trade or whenever I'd journal, seeing what I saw in the market, I'd always think about how I could have entered in that move using my own strategy. What more could I learn which would enable me to be able to enter in that move? Trading is very much about how training yourself and your eyes to be more receptive and more reactive to what you're being presented with in the charts, right? Because the playing field is not always going to be the same. So it means you have to be very adaptable. But it's very important to understand that your strategy only works on certain playing fields. What you're being presented with is always going to change. But understanding that your strategy, your trading plan, your model, whatever you want to call it, is only suited for certain types of scenarios and certain behaviors of price, what conditions you're being presented with, what time of day it is, etc. Sometimes it just means that you're not going to catch moves, and that's just the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, in trading there is always ways to improve, because it's probability. We're never going to be 100% certain if a trade is going to move in our favour, but sometimes you'll feel more convinced than others. You will learn a lot more, you will gain more experience, you will begin to understand more about the market conditions that are repeating over and over again. And that's just where you form this is how you train your mind to be able to see these things in advance. You have to try and very much gain experience. There are people out there who trade purely off of experience about how they know the market moves generally. If they're a long-term trader, like in times of the year, if they trade on a month-by-month basis on certain days of the month, when it's most likely to retrace, expand, accumulate, things like that. There are people out there who trade with just pure experience, and they are profitable because of that. But the main takeaway I want you guys to have for this video is that learning more does not equate to better results. I know it's so ingrained in our minds from, when we're such a young age, back in school and whatnot, how we're raised as people. The more we know means the better results, the higher grades, the better salary you're going to get, the better paid you're going to be, because you know more. You can do more things. You can be a more versatile slave, if you want to make it controversial. But it's just crazy, because trading is just like the complete opposite. Less is more. It's so beautiful. Trading is literally like an art. Like, I'm trying my best not to waffle on for too long and divert topics, but the less that you know, and the more you keep your model or trading strategy so simplistic and efficient, it's just an art, isn't it? Something so simple yet so powerful which can reap massive results, which can make massive results. So, just before I end this video, I guess just to summarize, know when to stop learning. Know when to move on by yourself, and instead of continually having the comfort and staying in the comfort zone of having information fed to you and you learning, know when to start applying it for yourself. Don't be afraid to just get into the charts and just start watching it and experiencing it day by day, just by yourself. It's one thing that I've struggled to understand. When should I start just doing things for myself, and when should I stop learning? For some people, it's never a firm answer of when they should stop learning, because some people learn the wrong thing, some people don't understand things as quick as others. But knowing when to stop learning is a very crucial factor, and I think the easiest way to kind of indicate that is by, if you understand it firmly enough and you have a proof of concept, if you have a trading model, then at that point, go by yourself in the charts. You'll learn the most when you'll get the most value of experience when you're in the charts by yourself. When you're not hand-holding anyone and you're gaining this real raw experience, that's what's really going to shape and refine your mindset, because this is what trading is. In trading, we're not going to be hand-holding anyone. We're not going to be in a Discord group catching moves or catching a pump. We're not going to be talking to other people. It's a very lonely thing, and for good reason, because we need to be able to be independent. This is a skill that we have to be independent with. It's a skill that we carry on for the rest of your life. Once you learn how to start riding a bike, it's just a skill that you don't forget. And this is why I'm personally against like taking signals and whatnot, but there's reasons for that. There's circumstances and different reasons for that, but that's a topic and a conversation for another day. But when you're getting the real raw experience by yourself, that's the most defining moments of your trading journey, is when you're going to be able to make the most refinements, shaping your strategy, making it more intricate with more detail, and is when you're going to start seeing and remembering things by yourself, because you're not actively partitioning your brain into learning and experience anymore. You're focusing just on experience because you've already learned what you need to learn. So focusing now on gaining experience and understanding that there's only so many ways that the market can move, then you'll get to a point where things just become second nature to you. You just, whenever you see things, you become so receptive and you react even quicker. You've trained your mind at that point to see things so quickly. So I'll leave it there. I won't try and keep this video too long. I think this video is going to need a bit of editing, I think. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope you found it insightful. Stay happy, stay blessed, and thanks for watching.